Hello and welcome to News Epicenter. I'm Anusha Soni. The famous US politician Henry Kissinger famously said, "It's not a matter of what is true that counts, but a matter of what is perceived to be true." Often the perception of truth is more important than the truth itself, especially in matters of politics. The unfortunate incident of Lakhimpur is a case in point. Opposition leaders making a beeline to visit the victim's family. The UP government, which allowed the opposition leaders from different political parties to visit the area. It is but obvious that political parties would often use such incidents as a discursive opportunity to create their political base. An issue like a farmers' protest is already an issue, a poll issue in many states, including Uttar Pradesh. But what's rather interesting is that often it's the politicians, in this case the opposition leaders, who become the story. After the political storm is past and the media glare is off, would this nature of politics really serve the victims justice? The question or challenge for the government would be to ensure that without bias or prejudice, there is a free and fair investigation which is conducted. The question we ask is, has politics completely taken over the narrative of the Lakhimpur incident? Has it been reduced to a political flashpoint between the government and the opposition? We debate and discuss on News Epicenter tonight.
ये कुछ ना कुछ बदमाशी करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं। इनका कुछ प्लान है, मुझे नहीं मालूम क्या है। फिर मुझे मोटरसाइकिल में डाल के कैदी जैसे यहाँ से ले जाना चाहते हैं।
Irresponsibility has become the second name of Mr. Rahul Gandhi. अशांति को भंग करना और भ्रम फैलाना, यही राहुल गांधी जी का मुख्य ध्येय और मुख्य उद्देश्य रह गया है।
इस तरह की चीज़ें भी सामने आई हैं और जो न्यायिक जांच आयोग बनाया गया है उसके भी सामने ये सारी चीज़ें आएंगी, तो इस पर वो जांच करके अपनी हमारी भी अपनी जांचों में ये चीज़ें इंक्लूड रहेंगी।
Well, the Lakhimpur showdown, we try and break down the story for you. What is it that the opposition parties are demanding? What is it that the UP government has already done in this case so far? We're talking about the investigation. The action from the UP government has been that a retired judge from the High Court is all set to head this investigation, which right now is being conducted by the local police authority. There is already an FIR against Ashish Mishra, the minister's son, and others, 302 IPC, the Indian Penal Code. 45 lakh and government job for the kin of 4 dead farmers. That's the compensation that has already been announced. 10 lakh compensation to those who got injured. That's the assurance coming in from the UP government. What is it that the opposition wants? Apart from what has already been done. A high-level judicial probe into the violence. They do not want the local police to completely take over the matter. Immediate arrest of Ashish Mishra. The government says that law and order will take its own course. Dismissal of Ajay Mishra from the union government. Many could argue that this is a political demand and doesn't really serve the purpose. However, the question that the opposition parties are raising is that this is one issue which requires much more than just a police investigation on the ground. Let's see. As I said, the contours of the debate are that is this nature of politics really helping the cause of the victims? What exactly are the causes or the reasons that opposition is pursuing this entire issue in the manner it is right now? Joining us on the broadcast is Mr. Zafar Islam. He's a Rajya Sabha MP and BJP spokesperson. Mr. Ghanshyam Tiwari, he's the Samajwadi Party spokesperson. We also have Mr. VM Singh, who's the convener of Rashtriya Kisan Mazdoor Sangathan, and Shama Mohammed of the Congress Party is also with us. We also have Mr. A.L. Banerjee, the former DGP of UP. Mr. Zafar Islam, I want to begin the discussion with you. The key question that the opposition parties are asking is that contrary to what the government claims, this is not a free and a fair investigation because the minister's son has not been arrested so far. How do you answer that question?
Well, the investigation is not over. The matter is being investigated, and I think people should wait for the investigation to get over and let the truth come out for everyone to see. But what is more important for everyone to realize that these political parties in opposition, they are looking at this as an opportunity for their own political mileage. Otherwise, no sensible person, when there is a law and order situation where this incident of this nature has happened, would want to go there and unnecessarily create confusion among the minds of the people. And that's what they are trying to do. And something which is so totally irresponsible in a civilized environment, one should give enough space for the administration and the police and authorities to control the situation and not get bogged by the constant pressure that they will be traveling and visiting like a tourist to such places and unnecessarily mislead the people and create confusion and may create unrest as well. So it was advisable. It is advisable for everyone to wait for the investigation to get over. Truth will come out. All I can say, justice will be done. Those who are guilty will get punished without any second thoughts. The investigation will be free and fair, and there will be absolutely no interference from any corner. So I think we need to have faith in our system. We need to have faith in our police, and police is doing a great job. But the opposition parties who are trying to somehow create unrest there, and that's why they are repeatedly attempting to visit there.
So, Mr. Zafar Islam, 2-3 points that you're saying. A, on the arrest of Ashish Mishra, you're pointing out that law is going to take its own course. You must have faith in the law and order machinery. And what opposition is doing is only creating confusion. Shama, do you agree with that assessment, that analysis of the BJP? And do you, as an opposition party, have faith in the investigation which is going on, keeping in mind that there is a retired High Court Justice who's likely to be roped in?
Yeah, please give me my time, please, without interruption. That's my sincere request to you. He said it creates unrest and confusion. I want to ask him, when 26/11 happened, Mr. Modi went there, when the terrorists were attacking us, that was an ongoing process. That is not local people, Pakistani terrorists attacking us. Mr. Modi goes there and stands in front of a hotel. And what does he do? Abuses Manmohan Singh. Isn't that anti-national? Wasn't that creating confusion in that place? Number two, he says that, again, I stress confusion. They are taking political opportunity. Let me ask you one thing, Mr. Zafar Islam. Last year when Hathras happened, 3 important things. The DM we saw telling the victims' parents, the media department will go. We will only be there. Please stop this. Be with us. 1. Number 2, ADG Law and Order during the Hathras raid told clearly on television that there is no semen. FSL report says that means there is no rape. He forgot what the Criminal Amendment Act says, that there is not necessary there has to be semen for it to be proven as rape. Number 3, Mr. Yogi Adityanath said at that point of time that this is an external international conspiracy. But because of the pressure of Mrs. Priyanka Gandhi Vadra and Rahul Gandhi last year, we got a CBI probe which clearly came out and said it was a gang rape and the victim was a Dalit and it was a higher caste which raped the girl. It was completely, there was no international conspiracy, nothing. So we need to prove this wrong. Who politicized this is Yogi Adityanath. When something like this happened, Priyanka Gandhi Vadra went there. Why was she arrested? What was the section? 151. If section 151 has no offense, nothing. It is that you can put her behind house arrest for wait, let me finish, 24 hours. She was there more than 24 hours. She was not put before a magistrate. She was arrested after sunset, before sunrise. You cannot arrest a woman. So that is where, here there is Ashish Mishra out there. There is an arrest warrant. There are witnesses who saw them not only outside but inside the jeep. One of his own tells the police that bhaiya gaadi chala rahi thi. And I'm asking, why is he not arrested? When there's so much evidence against him, he is left loose. He kills the Annadatas. Arrest him, question him, and ask the minister to step down till the investigation is
Shama,
on.
would you also answer the second part of my question? You pointed out to the Hathras investigation and you said that there was much pressure that came from the opposition parties. Well, the interesting bit is also the fact that Allahabad High Court intervened, and the High Court had a very big role to play in making sure that apart from the photo ops, when it comes to actual service of justice to the victims, it is done. And even right now, it's the judiciary which is protecting the witnesses, the victims, the family, and much more. So yes, opposition of course has its own role to play when it comes to questioning the government. I don't deny that. But yes, there is a due process of law which is already in place. Help me understand. And that was the second part of my question. You insisted that I give you undisrupted time, which I did. Please answer this question as well. That how is it that the present nature of politics helps the cause of the victims? Please go ahead, Shaba.
Can you repeat the question? How is the?
How does the present nature of politics, so the fact that various politicians want to go ahead and visit the victim's family, how does it help the victim's family or their fight for justice?
I will tell you that. See,
Yeah.
what happens is when this incident happened, we saw a car mowing down. Everybody saw the video. There is the minister's son allegedly involved over there. Now, what would a just government do is that immediately when there's an arrest warrant, arrest him, investigate that. There is nothing happening because we have an experience of Hathras last year. What happened? Even the CM said this is an international conspiracy. You've heard it. We don't trust the police there. We don't trust the ADG law and order. We just don't trust Mr. Yogi Adityanath. It's simple as that. You didn't need to arrest her at night, Priyanka Gandhi. You should have just let her go and give condolence message. What is wrong?
Shama, I know you don't like to be interrupted, but I'd only tell you, my learned friend, that you didn't answer the question that I really asked you.
He was in Lucknow. Why can't he say one word? I condole these deaths. What is wrong with Mr. Modi?
You didn't answer my question. You didn't answer my question. Please allow me to bring in other guests as well. Mr. Ghanshyam Tiwari, I raised the same question to you that I was trying to understand from Shama. That how is it that the present nature of politics that is there right now, that once an incident happened, the opposition leaders want to visit, very good you want to visit, but does this really help the cause of the victims, or it only helps in scoring certain brownie points for the politicians?
Good evening, Anusha, to you, the viewers, and my co-panelists. Let me say three things.
Yeah.
1. 5th August 1990, 8th July 2000, 31st August 2005, 24th November 2007. These are 4 days where crimes are registered, crimes committed are registered against the sitting Home Minister of India. This includes a crime of murder. On 29th June 2004, he was acquitted by the lower court, and 30th June that judge retired. That same verdict is right now is reserved by the High Court and has been reserved for more than 3.5 years. The verdict on the murder charge against the current union minister. A man who has been on the wrong side as per his own affidavit of law for 30 years is a union minister in India. What a shame. And you think this man who is provoking the farmers, whose son is caught loading the gun on the same day, who says his son was with him, the son says he was not there on the scene, his car is caught on the scene, he is caught on camera a few minutes before doing a thumbs down to the farmers. Do you think this man, the union minister, will allow justice to prevail?
But how is showing a thumbs down? We may agree or disagree with that gesture. But how does that really relate to the incident?
Really. So that's your point. This track record of violence and crime is not the point. He's the Home Minister of India, and he'll ensure that. Allow me one more point.
Sir, when we have a debate on the criminal antecedents of politicians in this country, that should be a debate about all political parties and not just about one person or two persons. And I would be more than happy to discuss any minister who's sitting, but we cannot have that debate right now. Please stick to the topic, sir. My humble request.
Let me speak about the specific case.
Sure.
3 Kerala women arrested in UP by UP cops after they went to meet their kin, arrested in UAPA. This is day to day. In Uttar Pradesh, a minister's son who has a charge sheet by him caught loading the gun, whose eyewitnesses was inebriated, his car caught, is not arrested after 9 people are dead. And 3 women, including 2 60-year-old women, are arrested. One who had visited with a child. There is anarchy in the state. And it is a shame, one nation, one Dhritarashtra, one Ek Rashtra Dhritarashtra, the Prime Minister doesn't have a word to say. He has such people as Home Ministers. Do you think history that justice will prevail?
But sir, my question was absolutely different.
And his family has zero chance. You did not understand. Because there's a mindset, as was said, there's a mindset in this country that built the narrative for Modi, built the narrative against people and ask opposition. You must ask today why this man is not resigning. Where are the hashtags that Prime Minister make this man resign?
My first question in this debate, sir. My first question in this debate.
Anyone in the media question why this
was to Mr. Zafar Islam. I asked him that why is it that the minister's son has not been arrested so far?
Why is the minister not resigning?
When we began the show, sir, we highlighted that the demand of the opposition parties is that the minister is involved and he should also be booked. So I think the allegations you're making right now are not really substantial, at least right now. Before I go to my other case, Mr. VM Singh, who's also a farmers leader. Mr. Ghanshyam Tiwari, please let me take the point forward. Before I go to my other guests, I want to bring in a word from Mr. VM Singh, the farmers leader. I want to play out this audio bite that came of Rakesh Tikait. He is one of the key leaders of this farmers agitation. He had something to say about Mr. Bhindranwale, the terrorist, the Khalistani terrorist. Listen into this first, and then I'll take other reactions.
किसी बच्चे की वो शर्ट है, बच्चे की एक टी शर्ट है, उस टी शर्ट पे किसी का फोटो है,
फोटो भिंडरा वाले का।
कुछ लोग उसको संत मानते हैं और सरकार की नजरों में उसको आतंकवादी मानते हैं।
Mr. VM Singh, who is a farmers leader, is also with us on the broadcast. सिंह साहब, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया हमसे जुड़ने के लिए। टिकैत साहब ने एक बयान दिया है, कई लोग कहेंगे, एंड आई एम श्योर द कांग्रेस पार्टी ऑल्सो अग्रीज, कि इस तरह का बयान ना सिर्फ विवादित है, बल्कि जब आप एक आंदोलन का हिस्सा हैं तो इस तरह की बयानबाजी उस आंदोलन के नेताओं को शोभा नहीं देती। आप अग्री करते हैं इस बात से? आप सहमत हैं?
आप चाहते हैं मैं हिंदी में रिप्लाई करूं? डू यू वांट मी टू
जो भी, व्हाटएवर यू आर कंफर्टेबल विद सर, जो भी आपको
कंफर्टेबल बोथ वे,
बिकॉज़ यू आस्क्ड मी हिंदी, आई थिंक I'd prefer English, sir. I'd prefer English.
You prefer English?
Yes.
Okay, you could have asked me the question otherwise also.
Yes.
You see, there are two factors. When it comes to Rakesh Tikait, he plays to the galleries. I don't consider him somebody who's wise enough to make statements. I don't want to comment on his statements also. Let's put that aside. I was the one who gave a call for Delhi Chalo. Way back in this was October 2020. Let's leave Rakesh Tikait alone. What he's done right now, not done right now. I just want to stick to the topic right now. Everyone today, the BJP, Congress, SP, BSP, all these people in UP today are today interested in going there, more so because elections are coming around. Number one. Number two, I wish all these people who are going there today had espoused the cause of the farmers and nothing would have happened. If say Lakhimpur Kheri itself, in the last 4 months, people in Palya, very close to the place where the incident took place, they were sitting on a fast for 65 days or something, to get their money for the sugarcane dues. In Gola, they were sitting there for 14 days. In Thamar Kheda, they were sitting for 14 days. Even today, 1,000 crore rupees is still due to the farmers, irrespective of what Mr. Yogi says and what somebody else says. Nobody says a word. Even when I was there yesterday, I met the DM when he was there.
I'm sorry, I'm interjecting you, but if I understand correctly, you're condemning the statement that came from Mr. Rakesh Tikait, and you're saying
certainly,
yes.
outright. And apart from that, I want to make one thing very clear. If yesterday when I went there to Lovepreet's funeral, I spoke to the DM and said, when are you releasing the money for the farmers? Because 4 are dead this side and 4 are dead that side. There are at least about 2 lakh farmers who are still waiting. You want them to commit suicide? I told them, I said, please do that. He said, no, in the next few days, we'll try and release the money.
Okay.
If it does happen, I'm grateful to him. But the point is, all these netas going there today, are they sensitive to the cause of the farmers? Are they? Or only a death today would mean that political mileage? I mean, I wish they would actually, after this, even talk about the farmers' welfare, either MSP. Now today, the paddy is coming in. Is one person going to go and see any of the paddies, the paddy mandis there? Is being purchased or not purchased on the MSP?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
All what they'll do as such is create a political tamasha there. And it's not just now. BJP has done the same. If Akhilesh, you have Ghanshyam right now, Akhilesh, when he was a CM, the gentleman waived off 2,000 crore money that was supposed to be paid to the farmer in terms of the High Court orders, because there's a provision in court. There's legal provision. Now, the same thing, when I get the cabinet decision set aside from the court, now what happens is the BJP government is doing nothing. I filed a contempt against the Cane Commissioner. And on the
Mr.
basis
Singh,
of that,
I think you're raising some pertinent issues, and I'll bring in all the political, spokesperson we have on the broadcast. Shama, do you want to answer that? This is one of a credible voice within the farmers community, and he's raising a question. He's saying that this is only political photo op. When it comes to real issue, the situation of government mandis, issues of corruption, making sure that the state governments also chip in and help the farmers when it is required, that doesn't really happen. This is just mere sheer political opportunism. Your response to Mr. VM Singh, Shama.
Yeah, so Punjab, we have always been very vocal about it, about the MSP. In Haryana, Randeep Singh Surjewala always talks about it, that we have been fighting along with these farmers for the last 1 year. Regarding the new farm bills, we said it should be repealed and MSP should be put in. And I want to remind Mr. VM Singh, we are the ones who waived in 2008 more than 70,000 crore of debts of the farmers. All right. In 2017, Mr. Jaitley promised. 2014, BJP promised. But in 2017, what did Mr. Jaitley say in Parliament? He said that, you know what, we can't waive off farmers' debt. What did the BJP promise in 2014 in their manifesto? Cost plus 50%, MSP equals. And what did they do in 2015? They went to Supreme Court, put an affidavit, said we can't do it. What did they do with the farm bills? They said we have spoken to all of you, your unions and everyone, we discussed it. They told this to the Supreme Court. Okay. And what does an RTI reply say? There was no to the government of India, says in the RTI reply, there was no discussion. So when Congress party says something, during our time, the MSPs were very high. When we promise something, we do it. And also this thing about moving off all these APMCs, they've tried this in Bihar. They tried it, they started it off. And what happens? It affects the PDS system, you know, public distribution system. Yeah. There, the private players have not survived in Bihar. That's an example what we are showing. So we have always stood with the farmers right from the time of Indira Gandhi. From that time, we have stood with the farmers.
I'm sure the Samajwadi Party and the BJP also have something to say on this. But Mr. A.L. Banerjee has been very patiently waiting with us on the broadcast, who's the former DGP of Uttar Pradesh. Mr. Banerjee, I'm coming to you. And coming back to the main issue, the moot issue, the investigation which is going on. I ask this to you as a senior officer who spent so many years in the public life. When an investigation of this nature gets highly politicized under the media glare, how does it dampen the process of justice?
How does it?
How does it affect the process of justice? How does it dampen the process of justice?
You see, it brings about initially like what has happened this time, and it has happened in other places also. It brings in a lot of pressure on the investigative agencies to do right as far as the noise is concerned. Of course, 8 people have been killed, and I use the word killed. Some have been lynched, some have been run over, etc. You have to give some time to the investigative agencies to take into account every kind of evidence so that it stands in court subsequently. And to ensure that, you need to depressurize them, not pressurize them. Every day, everybody is going around saying, "Kyon nahi pakada? Abhi tak nahi pakada? Abhi tak giraftari nahi hui?" This is not a very conducive atmosphere to go about investigating. But the police is used to such things. So therefore, a separate SIT has been formed. They should have sufficient wherewithal, and they should go about and do these things in about 7 days' time. They should be able to collect most of the evidence that is available, and then put it in order, make arrests during that particular time, and go ahead with the charge sheet subsequently.
All right, Mr. Banerjee, I appreciate you joining us on the broadcast. Mr. Ghanshyam Tiwari, Mr. Zafar Islam, Dr. Shama Mohammed, VM Singh, thank you all of you for joining us on the broadcast. The clash between the government and opposition is always expected to bring the people's issue, the citizens' issue at the forefront, in the center, to make sure that proper attention is paid to them. When politicians themselves become the story, the problem is that often the citizens' issue, in this case the victims of the violence, are lost from the limelight which they deserve, so that they get the due justice. Let's see where the investigation in the case of Lakhimpur actually leads us to. With that, it's a wrap. Thank you for watching.